All right. Shalom, Israel. Priest and Officer Yeshaya, filling in for Priest and Officer Havana. And we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And this is I.S.U.P.K Wednesday law class. Um, Today, we will be going over the high holy days. And if we have time, we'll touch up on the dietary laws. So let's get it started. Feel free to type your questions in on YouTube and on the Facebook. If you have any question, type them in, and we'll answer them. Now, so we're gonna start with the first high holy day. The first high holy day is the Sabbath day, and the Sabbath day is a day of rest unto us. You know, it's a day off that we're supposed to have to do whatever we want to do. The Sabbath day it consists in our culture and our tradition. When we was in our land, you know, we would not be buying or selling anything. Everybody would be off. There would be no trade or market going on. But it's a day of rest for you to do whatever you would like to do. You know, like spend time with your family. If you like going fishing, go fishing. You know, if you like riding horses, you know, go ride horses. If you like writing music or practicing music, you know, you can do that on the Sabbath day. So we're gonna get the scripture. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the thus the heavens were finished and all the host of them. On the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because he had rested from all his work which God created and made. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, that's in the book of Genesis. It talks about creation. This is the beginning, of course. So after he made everything. He even rested. You know what I'm saying? It's the day of rest that he sanctified and he made for a day of rest, right? So I get another precept for you. We're gonna go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Who knows what holy means? Can somebody get me the definition of holy? Right. Well, I'll pull it. I'll pull it for just for edification purposes. You know, for people online that don't really know. You know, somebody that's new that's watching the class, that may be watching the class, and they do not know what holy means. Right. This is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is where we're going to get our definition of holy. The Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Holiness, holy, usually translate words derived from a heb, root meaning separateness, withdrawal. So, so on the Sabbath day, it say remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. Like I said, when I first started speaking about the Sabbath day, we would not be doing any marketing or trading on the Sabbath day. Hey, you can find me that precept about when you know what I'm talking about? Oh, so sorry, don't worry about it. But there was a time where heathens tried to come around come around us on the Sabbath day and do trading. And Nehemiah was like, "You come back around here again, you know, we're gonna put hands on you." You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, "Remember to keep this day holy." You know what I'm saying? And I'll continue to read verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy maidservant, nor thy maid, it's like thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So this is everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is everybody amongst Israel. We're not supposed to be doing any work, serve out work. is the better term for it. Work that you get paid. You know what I'm saying? You're let's say let's say your job is to collect sticks. Your job is collecting sticks. You know, you're getting paid $5 an hour to collect sticks or something like that, right? So when it comes to the Sabbath day, the seventh day of the week, the last day of the week, you're not supposed to be collecting sticks for money. Let's say you just like to collect sticks. You know, you might like to build a little tree house or clubhouse or something, right? Well, that's fine, but servile work, you know what I'm saying? Work that you get paid to do. You're not supposed to be doing any servile work. Um, I'll continue to read it. Uh, verse, verse 6. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and in the, all that in them, all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. You know what I'm saying? We just read in Genesis how he created, you know, he was resting from his work. You know, he created everything. The seventh day he rested. You know, he sanctified it. He blessed it and said, "This day right here is mainly for resting." Right. So in the I.S.U.P.K. here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we continue the tradition of keeping the Sabbath day, keeping it holy. Now, of course, we are still in bondage. We are still in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We are still in the house of bondage. We're still in slavery. So if the oppressor makes you work, you know, if he forces you and he puts you on the schedule to work for the Sabbath day, the fault is not on you, it's on the oppressor because we still serving out our slavery here. You know, it said thy manservant, nor thy maid servant. So if you're a maid, so you're a maid servant or a manservant, you know, you're under the oppressor. He runs everything. He's supposed to let you off on the Sabbath day, of course, you know, but of course he's the oppressor. He's not gonna do that. You know, to some people, to some extent, he ain't gonna show no mercy. He's the oppressor. So that's the Sabbath day, and we continue to keep it here in the I.S.U.P.K. You know, we have Sabbath service every Saturday. You know, so come 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 to the Sabbath service. I highly recommend that you come to the Sabbath service. It's on fire. But remember, if you can though, if you have a slave that allows you to be off on the Sabbath day, then take that day off and come to the Sabbath service. If your brother go to camp, you know, but if you have to slave, that will not be on you. That sin will not be upon you. It will be on the oppressor or who's ever making you slave, you know, to earn your wages on a Sabbath day. All right, now we'll go to the next high holy day. The next high holy day that we will be touching on is Passover. And it's coming up shortly. Passover is coming up shortly. It's going to be in White Plains, NYC. You know, everybody is going to meet there and we're going to have an awesome time remembering what the Lord did for us, brought us out of Egypt. He's going to do it again, right? So this is what we are celebrating. And we're just getting that spirit, putting that spirit back on. You know, these high holy days are very important because it keeps us separate. You know, you're celebrating Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You're celebrating all these mainstream holidays that you're making holidays for people like Martin Luther King that only pushed our people further into captivity. You know, made our bondage even tougher. You know, we're giving all our finances to the oppressor because Martin Luther King, and you make a holiday for this man, throw a whole parade, you know, and absolutely praise the worst decision that was made by one black man. You know, but these high holy days are very important because it keeps us separate from America. You know, it keeps us to our tradition. We are recognized as a nation when we keep these high holy days. You know, we're not looked at as a nation now. Now we're being looked at as still as property in America. You know, we came over here on slave ships only to be possession. But when we keep these laws, commandments, you know what I'm saying? This is what makes us different now. This is we putting on our true culture, who we really are. You know what I'm saying? Showing who we serve. So we're gonna get to Passover. We're gonna get to Passover. Here, Passover, we're going to Exodus chapter 12. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Hmm. No, I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna go to Leviticus first. I'm gonna go to Leviticus because Exodus 12. That's kind of long. It's kind of lengthy. So we'll go to Leviticus first. Leviticus chapter 23. So the book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4. These are the feast days. So like these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to Exodus. We gonna brush up on that. Now, this a day that we're supposed to be celebrating at even right before sundown is when we gather together. Sundown it kicks off. You know what I'm saying? Right when the sun about to go down is when it's going down. You understand? We go back to Exodus 12, and we're gonna get some information on it. So Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the generations of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Verse 4. If the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto him unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls, every man according to his eating shall make you your account for the lamb. So this is saying the beginning of all the months is in past Passover. You know what I'm saying? Passover is beginning of the year. It's the new beginning of the year. And it's ironic right when everything is starting to flourish all over again, right when, the season changes, right when the season changes and it shows beginning, it shows strength, it shows the land being merry again, not in the dead of winter is when, what I'm saying, when the new year's supposed to start. New Year start in winter, right when everything is dead. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. That's another point I'm gonna touch on briefly because our oppressor got us believing a complete lie and got us on his wave to say, you know what I'm saying? On the way he want us to go is all he got to do is snap his finger and we're going that way because we keeping all these traditions and these holy days. I ain't gonna say holy days because they not holy, but we keeping these so-called holidays of America. You know what I'm saying? And it's pathetic and it's a shame that we don't know our true identity. That's why we are bringing this out tonight. So it say, verse 5, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male